Hello, good morning, bloggers. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday morning. So excited to be here with you. Today we are spilling the tea. I'm going to spill the tea on why I am divorcing Teachable for Kajabi. And I will tell you, so right out the gate, let's get this on the table so you guys know about it. This was prompted by a super sale that Kajabi is having. So I've dropped the link to that super sale. You can get it for $33 a month for 3 months. So you pay $99 and you get it for 3 months. That's amazing. That's way more than I pay, or way less. So that's what prompted all of this, but I'm just going to go through this. I'm going to go through my experience with you. You guys make your own decision. I am here to help you make an educated decision about what platform you should be using in your business for the stage you are at. So yes, Teachable did me dirty and I divorced them and I'm moving to Kajabi, but that doesn't mean that Teachable doesn't have a place in your business where you are right now, because Teachable served me and my business for a very long time, and it served me well until I got to a certain point, and I guess you could kind of say I outgrew it. I'll tell you guys exactly what happened. So a lot of you know that I took this really amazing Facebook ads intensive in the spring. Well, it was the winter. Amy says, I'm so excited to hear what Teachable did to you. Yeah, they did me dirty, girl. And I'm not wanting to be done dirty. I was like, bye. Okay, so I took this really amazing Facebook ads intensive in the winter, and I had all these high hopes for it. It was going to transform my sales and my business, and it was starting to. I was seeing consistent daily sales from my Facebook ads. Unfortunately, I was also seeing consistent daily, pissed off, rightfully so, emails from my customers who purchased something and then could not log in because Teachable was not delivering on their end of the promise. It was very frustrating. It got to the point where I was dreading my emails every day. So in the beginning, when I started seeing sales, I was like, yay, sales. And then after a while, I got conditioned that every time I saw a sale, I knew I was going to get an email. So I started dreading seeing those sales because I knew pretty soon it was like a 50-50 chance whether or not Teachable was going to send them the email with their link. And then sometimes when they got the email with the link took them to who knows where. And okay, so stuff happens, right? Stuff happens. Glitches happen. I was very receptive to the idea that it was user error. Me, the user, not my students. That I had set something up wrong, et cetera, et cetera. So I was using Lead Pages and Thrivecart and Teachable. And I'll get to why I was using Thrivecart in a second. That's another instance where I had kind of outgrown Teachable. So Lead Pages was doing its job. Thrivecart was doing its job. Teachable was kind of doing its job sometimes, but maybe 25% of the time. So they were not either sending the email with the course access link, or when they would send the email, it would link them somewhere weird, right? And the thing is, I didn't quite know how to manipulate within Teachable where that link was sending them to. So I hopped on Teachable support chat, right? I got nowhere. And I mean weeks and weeks and weeks of just going in circles chasing our tail, right? So I would ask them, where do I fix this link? This link is obviously broken. I'm very open to the idea that I'm the one that broke it. Can you please just tell me how to fix it? Well, they couldn't. They couldn't tell me how to fix it. And then I would ask them, okay, this student is reporting that they never got this email. Can you show me where you sent this email to them with the access link? They couldn't. And it really went into this who's on first, Abbott and Costello routine. They would go, well, they haven't accessed the course yet. So why would they have an email? I'm like, they haven't accessed the course because they haven't had the email, right? It was like a chicken or the egg deal. Anyway, weeks and weeks just this went on. So finally, the only thing that was holding me back from just moving to Kajabi in the first place was the time. I did not want to take the time to move everything over. I had a lot of fear around the amount of time and hassle. I told myself this was going to be a huge pain in the ass. On a scale of 1 to 10, like 1 being the worst experience, it was super, super hard to move from Teachable to Kajabi. 10 being it was super, super easy. I'd say it was about a 7 or 8. It really wasn't that difficult. I'm not done yet. I've been moving things very slowly, but the process itself is pretty simple. It's pretty easy. What I was really worried about was rebuilding all of my courses, because I have a lot of courses and like free mini courses and stuff like that already built out in Teachable. And I was worried about rebuilding them in Kajabi. It was super easy. Okay. So that's how Teachable did me dirty. They cost me sales for sure. And I still have like trauma around my email. I have to like walk myself through it. I'm like, okay, Kelly, whew, checking your email is a good thing. It's a good thing. Let's go, girl. You can do this. You can check your email. So, yeah, I don't know. I just never got anywhere. I never got a resolution. Yes, Paulette says, biggest question, can you have multiple teachers per school like you do in Teachable? Yeah, you can. And that is one thing that I really, okay, so let me see if I can show you guys. You can have multiple teachers, and this is something I didn't like in the beginning about Kajabi that I do like about Teachable, but then when I got used to it, I was like, it's not actually that big of a deal, and I could see how the customization comes in handy. So in Teachable, you like put something in one spot and it feeds all over your course. So you put your instructor name in one spot and it feeds to multiple places all over your course. Well, there's a lot of stuff in Kajabi like that, like the little teacher bio that you have to put in multiple places for each course, but it's because the level of personalization is so high. And it was more of an annoyance. Like in the beginning I was annoyed, but that's just because I like to go super, super fast, right? So let me see products. Let me see if we can do like a whole new product. I'm going to share my screen. And I have so much to tell you guys about all of this that I'm like afraid I'm going to forget stuff. I did write a little bit of stuff down. Okay. So, let's just say we're going to start a mini course. And then, okay, look at all your options. It's pretty, I don't know. It's just really exciting. So blank, mini course, online course, drip course, membership, coaching program, community, right? So like a forum type kind of thing. Like you just have a lot of options over here on the Kajabi Bobby. All right, mini course, and we're going to blow through this. Paulette, are you going to have multiple teachers? Are you doing a collab? Should I be excited? Paulette, if you missed it, okay, so Kajabi is having like a crazy stupid sale where you pay $99 and you get it for 3 months. So, and we're going to look at the pricing in a second, because I know the price is like what holds a lot of people back. For me, it was the time, because I'm moving everything over pretty slowly. I mean, it hasn't really been that painful for me. And I want to talk to you guys about ConvertKit too versus Kajabi. Oh, Paulette says my mom and I share Teachable. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So let's see. Edit details. I'm still in the mode where I have to like click around a lot to find what I want to do. I don't have multiple teachers, so I don't quite know how to. Well, I think that it's in this part. Oh, yeah. Paulette says I paid for the whole freaking year, so I feel stuck. Yeah. In Teachable. Yeah. Well, and sorry, guys. I wish I knew right where to go for the multiple teachers, but I know there is because it has me designate like my profile picture and the little blurb below my face and what picture I want to use for my face. So you can actually, oh my God, Amy, yes. Amy says, I hate ConvertKit's customer service. Yes, me too. Anyway, it has me like personalize the little blurb below my face. You can do like a different profile pic for each one of your modules. You can do all sorts of customization within ConvertKit, or I'm not ConvertKit, Kajabi. But yeah, you can definitely designate multiple instructors. And then as far as paying for the whole year and feeling stuck goes, I mean, unless they are going to do unless you're going to do some sort of large scale scaling and it's not working for you, I'll say I went to that Facebook ads community and I was like, is anybody else having trouble with Teachable? Like, is this just a Kelly thing? What's going on here? Like, a lot of people had a lot of really good things to say about Teachable. Like, they used it to scale their business and it worked fine. That was not my experience. So unless you run into some sort of situation where you're trying to scale and Teachable is underperforming, then since you already paid for a year, like, it might just be advisable to stay there. And that was one of the things I want to talk about. Like, if you are in the new baby blogger phase of your business and you are feeling like the peer pressure to switch over to Kajabi because everybody and their mom is switching over to Kajabi, and with good reason, like, which again I will divulge in a little bit what's made me so happy with Kajabi. But like, Teachable will work for your small business right now, right? And if you're thinking that you have to get it right now, because if you build this business over on Teachable, it's going to be like this huge impossible pain in the ass to switch later when, like, you can afford, I don't know, $200 a month towards Kajabi or whatever your payment ends up being. Like, I wouldn't let that be your motivating factor, right? Moving has not been that bad. It really has not been that bad to move from Teachable to Kajabi. So that could be a reason for going, and it could be a reason for staying at Teachable, because Teachable's like $39 a month, right? But that $39 a month also has its limitations. And then pretty soon you have to bump up to the $119 a month, which is what I had to do. Yeah. Paula says, I'd be very curious how they do payments for multiple teachers. That's super easy and Teachable. I'll see if I can figure it out. This sale's going on for like 2 weeks, I think. I should know. This sale's going on for like 2 weeks. So I'll see if I can figure the multiple teacher thing out. I don't really have to look into that. Yeah, Amy says, I'll vow for Teachable. I use all the basic stuff and never had an issue. I'm not connecting them to lead pages or Thrivecart or anything like that. Okay, here is why I started using Thrivecart. So my Teachable checkout was converting really, really well when I was running super hot traffic to it. So I run a sale in my Facebook group. Y'all see my sales page. You know who I am. I'm in here at least once a week talking to you guys. Like, that's super warmed up traffic, right? When I started running ice cold traffic from Facebook ads to my Teachable checkout, so it was actually a lead pages sales page, but it was a Teachable checkout page. The Teachable checkout pages did not convert very well. They are ugly. They are ugly, ugly, ugly. And maybe, it's entirely possible that it's just my niche. Like, again, I want to throw that out there. It's entirely possible that this is niche specific, but my target audience was not having the ugly ass Teachable checkout. And there is little to no customization you can do to the Teachable checkout, which is another thing I found out through this process. They just weren't converting. So it's one thing if they're ugly and they're still converting. It's another thing if they're ugly and you're spending a whole bunch of money on Facebook ads and they're not converting because they're ugly. So yeah, and it definitely could be niche. Yeah, because I mean, we're bloggers, right? So people in my niche don't like an ugly checkout. I don't blame them. And that's what led me to start exploring different options. And I did. So if you bump up one price tier on lead pages, where is it? So if you go from the standard $37 a month to the $79 per month, you can do online sales and payments. So you can have your checkout there with lead pages. So I tried that, and I tried Thrivecart. I really loved Thrivecart, and it was converting really well. So when I switched it over to the lead pages checkout, the conversion rate definitely got better. And then I switched it from lead pages to Thrivecart, just trying out Thrivecart, and my conversion rate got really, really good. And so I just bit the bullet. Thrivecart's a pretty, well, I mean, it's a relatively sizable investment. It's like $500. Not a month, you just pay it. So that was a pretty big leap, but I saw like the numbers, the proof was in the numbers, right? It was worth it. It was converting very high. And it has that like powered by Thrivecart little tagline on there, and people know Thrivecart, especially people in the blogging community, right? The people I was running ads to know, like, and trust Thrivecart. So I think it did make a big difference for me. Anyway, that is how I ended up kind of on this journey, right? So Facebook ads got me lots of leads. Those leads turned into sales. The sales weren't doing great when it was a Teachable checkout because the checkouts are ugly. I found out I could do little to nothing to customize those checkouts. You know, like there's a couple drag and drop options, but other than that, there's really not much customization you can do to the Teachable checkout. Okay, so then I tried lead pages checkout. It converted okay. Thrivecart's checkout converted really, really well. So I thought I was almost there until lead pages could show me that they were sending the order to Thrivecart. Thrivecart could show me that they were sending the order to Teachable. Teachable could never provide me proof that they were actually fulfilling their end of the deal and sending my students their enrollment email. So Penny says you're the third person last month who has not been happy with Teachable. Yeah. Well, and like I said, Teachable worked really, really well for me until it just didn't. Teachable, I sung Teachable's praises. Teachable worked really, really well for me as a newer blogger with low demand, and I didn't have a lot of automations I needed to do, right? I didn't have the volume. I could do things manually. Once I started having high demand, higher sales, I needed more automations. Things got messy with Teachable really, really fast. Okay, so understandably, what I wanted was one spot that I could go to where I could see what emails were being sent to what student, no matter what emails they were. So not just emails initiated by myself that I did through ConvertKit, which again, I'll talk about in a second, but emails initiated upon course purchase or enrollment in a course. I wanted to, before I told a student that email had for sure been sent and they need to check their spam folder, I wanted to know beyond a shadow of doubt that email had actually been sent. And I could not say that with Teachable. And I couldn't get anybody to tell me how to be able to say that, right? Like no spot I could check. I couldn't get them to give me proof, etc. That's what I really wanted. I wanted the peace of mind. I wanted the customer service emails to stop, not only because it was a really shitty way to spend my days, but it really sucks as a student, right? As a customer to you read a sales page, you're stoked about it, you're all excited to write some sexy headlines, you're already planning how you're going to block off a couple hours this afternoon and bang out the course, right? And then the email just never comes and you can't access your course. And a lot of these people were in different time zones. So I'm sleeping and they're waiting for their purchase and it's never coming, right? That sucks. Anyway, sorry if you all were on the receiving end of that. And then after that, some of you may have been on the receiving end of this as well. I just had like some glitchy stuff start happening with Teachable. I don't know just glitchy stuff. Which again, wouldn't be that big of a deal if I could get anywhere with their customer service. So that's my story about why I ended up switching. I was forced into it, right? I was like, this is because I had to turn off my Facebook ads. Y'all, I had to turn them off. I had profitable Facebook ads running and I had to turn them off because Teachable was not delivering on their end of the deal. That is not good. When you are relying on them as a partner to build your business, having to turn off a profitable Facebook ad because they're not doing what they are supposed to do, that's really bad. So let's talk about, okay, so one of the things I really, really love about Kajabi is how it's like an all-in-one place, right? So I can see everything that's going on from one spot. I don't have to connect Zapier. Raise your hand if Zapier confuses the shit out of you. Anybody? Is it just me? Zapier, I know that I just need to learn it and then it'll like click and make sense. I don't know. Zapier just confuses the shit out of me. Sometimes you do stuff to use Zapier with Kajabi to link it to some sort of outside product. Not nearly as often as Teachable. And by the way, with Teachable, if you want to use Zapier, you got to bump up to that $119 a month. So yes. So Amy says, Paulette says Zapier works for me. I use Zapier for simple things. Yeah, I have used Zapier to some success, but then I get into the weeds about it when I'm creating a Zap, right? When you're like setting up these rules. And sometimes I find them very, very confusing. If I can avoid Zapier at all, I will. And the way you avoid it is by either having something all in one or native integrations. So like lead pages will naturally talk to Kajabi. You don't have to set up Zaps for them to talk to one another. So that's called a native integration, right? Yeah, I know, Amy. Amy says, I just refuse to pay for it. I know. Me too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Amy says, pay for the thing that connects this other thing to that thing I pay for this other thing. Yeah. Well, and I think Zapier, the paid version, let's see how much Zapier is. Because you pretty much have to go up to the paid tier for Zapier and the paid tier for Teachable to use Zapier. And it's because of the amount of tasks you're doing per month. So again, this came up for me when I wanted to scale. Okay, so it's like $30 a month if you're just doing month to month. If you're not paying for a whole year. It's $29.99. All right. So I really like that I don't have to connect all these weird things, right? There's a lot of native integrations. A lot of things integrate with Kajabi natively. I like that I have everything in one spot. And then let's talk about email marketing. Yep. Amy says all these things add up. Yep. I already got a spreadsheet pulled up. We're going to do a little spreadsheet exercise, y'all. Yay. Spreadsheets in the morning. Let's talk about ConvertKit a little bit. How do y'all feel about ConvertKit? I don't have too many bad things to say about ConvertKit. They're a hell lot better than MailChimp. I switched from MailChimp to ConvertKit. And then Again, I'm slowly moving things from ConvertKit to Kajabi. I have been sending all of my email broadcasts through Kajabi, and I really, really like it. It's a better, from designing the email point of view, it is a better user experience. Amy is not a fan of ConvertKit. She feels like a prisoner. I will say, ConvertKit, I've had similar experiences with ConvertKit's customer service that I had over at Teachable. It's just that the stakes weren't as high, and so it didn't force me to divorce them, right? So I've had similar, like, who's on first conversations where I was finally like, you know what, I'm sorry, but is there somebody else I can talk to? I just don't think we're hearing each other. Paula says, I haven't switched over, but I prefer MailChimp to MailerLite for some things. I use both. One is my mom's, the other is mine. Yeah. MailChimp was just, again, it just wasn't very pretty. It just was not very pretty. And I was a newer blogger when I used MailChimp, so take that with a grain of salt. But when I switched to MailChimp to ConvertKit, I was like, hey, look, my emails don't look like they were made in 1996 anymore. That's nice. It was just easier to make things pretty. And again, much like this situation, that was up leveling, forcing my hand. So I was building a sales page with Elementor, and that's another one. Hold on, I'm writing down all these costs that keep coming up. So I was building a sales page with Elementor. I was trying to make it integrate with MailChimp, and it just was not working. And I wasn't getting anywhere with the MailChimp support. And so I just decided to open a free ConvertKit account, see if it worked. And it just worked. The integration with Elementor and ConvertKit just worked. So I switched. It was just like the path of least resistance, right? You get forced into these little up levels each time you are scaling your business. So I was, selling my first course, and that's how that happened. Okay. I do like, so I'll show you guys Kajabi's like little builder. Is it? Amy says, I use MailChimp for a nonprofit I help out. It's okay. Their customer service is way better than ConvertKit. That's not really surprising. Okay. Let's look at what an email broadcast looks like in Kajabi. I know you guys can't see this yet. Continue. So they have all these fun little templates. And I know that ConvertKit has something similar. But they have all these fun templates you can pick from. I always go with this one. It's simple. I like my emails to look like emails, right? I don't know. Sometimes I do these big things, but I don't know. This one's nice and sweet and simple, right? So you just pick one, and they have a classic editor. Actually, I've not clicked on that. Let me see what the classic editor looks like. Call this a test. All right, I know you guys can't see this again. Okay. So if y'all just want to write an email very similarly to the way you would write it in ConvertKit, they have the classic editor. But you can use those templates, and they're like a builder. It's more like building a sales page. I'll show you guys. Let me go back. Whoops. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm clicking all over the place. It's like if my computer had ADHD. That's what it looks like right now. Maybe because I do. All right, let's see. Okay. Everything is good. Let's get started. Continue. Okay, so internal title, and then your subject line, and then your little preview text. So that's what they see like below the subject line in their email before they open it. And then this is what it looks like. So this is what the email is going to look like. And then you go launch email editor, and it's more like using a page builder. And I actually really like this. Sometimes it was hard to get my emails to look the way I wanted them to. This is pretty easy. So you can see these are more like blocks, like on a page builder, right? If you've used Lead Pages or Elementor, it's more like that, right? And then it's just really easy to customize everything. You can change your color. You see I have my brand colors saved in here, just in case I didn't have them memorized, even though I do. It's really, really easy to customize. And then there's all sorts of different sections you can put in, right? So image, button, logo, video, countdown. I'll talk about the countdown in a second. Social icons, divider, announcement, text and text, image and image, image and text. So like the countdown and announcement, you can actually link these to events you create within Kajabi. So you don't necessarily have to use deadline funnel, right? If you have these events created in Kajabi, it's just really nice to have it all in one spot. And then like Amy said, like those costs pile up really quick. How much is deadline file? Like $30 a month? Yeah. I like their email builder. I do not think Kajabi's email analytics are as easy to analyze as ConvertKit's. I will say that. It's not as easy to see like the analytics, like ConvertKit, just like, whoo, it's right there. Like the analytics are in your face, right? That could be I just haven't dug into Kajabi enough, but that's a valid user experience, right? Like if I just haven't dug in enough, right? I haven't clicked on enough buttons. Well, over at ConvertKit, I didn't have to dig in to find that information, right? That's valid. I'm not saying that they're not, that information isn't there. There are analytics in Kajabi, but it's not, I have not found it as user friendly to find those analytics as it is over in ConvertKit. Damn, Amy says deadline funnel is $50 a month. So this stuff is adding up. Deadline funnel. Do you guys have any other questions about Teachable versus Kajabi? Oh, Lisa just jumped on. So curious what happened with Teachable, LOL. Lisa, the short of it is I started getting a lot of sales from my Facebook ads. Teachable wasn't doing their part of the deal, and I had to shut down my profitable Facebook ads because they couldn't get their shit together. Okay, so does anybody else have any questions? I'm by no means a Kajabi expert. I don't want to push you one way or the other. Like you just need to like, these are things you really got to like put your boss girl pants on about and just decide for yourself, right? I can offer you all of my anecdotal experience till my face turns blue, but at the end of the day, it's your boss decision, right? And like I said, like don't switch from Teachable to Kajabi because you're feeling peer pressure. If it is working for your business right now in the stage you are in, stay there. Right? Does Kajabi have limits to email subs? That's a great question. I don't know. I have a tiny list. Does Kajabi have email sub limit? Oh, and then I also had a concern about Kajabi, and I'll tell you where that went. It says there is no limit to the number of email addresses a customer can add to their Kajabi mobile app. What does the mobile app have to do with anything? It sounds like no. Okay, so my concern was what happens when Kajabi's server goes down and my blog, my email service provider, my courses, they're all my lead pages, right? My sales pages. Like what happens when what happens when their server goes down and I lose all of my things all at once? I asked Annie that. And Annie was like, girl, they thought about that. They put them all on different servers. I was like, oh, that's really smart. That was one of my big objections to switching, aside from the time, was the concern about having your blog there, your email there, all your sales pages hosted there, all your courses hosted there. What happens when their server goes down? I lose all of my stuff all at once. Nothing's working, right? No, they have them on different servers, which makes tons of sense. Somebody already thought about this. Okay. Yep. Lisa says, does Kajabi have all the stuff that Lead Pages talks about? Yes. So Kajabi has a page builder. I've used it, but not for my sales pages yet. Like I said, I'm slowly moving everything over. I have not moved from Lead Pages yet. I don't know if I will move from Lead Pages. I really like Lead Pages. So I'm going to have to make that decision. I'm going to, try building out a sales page in Kajabi and see how it goes. But I have built sales pages out, just little landing pages for my thank you pages you guys have been seeing have been over on Kajabi. My email, like when I did like the 10-minute blog post maintenance workbook, like that page was built over at Kajabi. It was really easy. It was drag and drop. It was very similar to Lead Pages. And you know what? It worked. That's the big thing. Sometimes things just need to freaking work. So, I don't know how many of you cut your teeth on Elementor like I did, but Elementor can be super, super glitchy. And I resisted Lead Pages for a long time because I thought it was all hype. I thought that like Lead Pages has a very generous affiliate commission. And I thought that it was all hype because the affiliate commission. No, Lead Pages just works, right? It just works. Whereas Elementor, you spend hours getting it just right, and then you go view it on a different device and it looks totally different. And you're like, what? And everything's all broken. You can't figure out why. And they have that ugly ass green everywhere. And then you contact Elementor support and they're like, hey, just clear your cache. I'm like, I did, brother. Anyway, for me, Teachable is like Elementor and Kajabi is like Lead Pages. It just works. Okay. Penny says, curious, what do you consider a little list? So, Penny, when I made my first, like when I started really like making consistent income for my blog, my list was 80 people. And my list is still like just under 1,000 people. And I make consistent like monthly income from my blog. You do not have to have a giant list. Of course, giant lists are great. Nothing against giant lists, but there's nothing wrong with a little list either. You can do a lot with a little list if it is of the right people, highly engaged, you're providing them with a lot of nurturing, like it can happen. I'm a little behind in the comments. Sorry, guys. No, I do still use Lead Pages. Paulette, I'm not sure if I'm going to switch yet. I got to get my hands dirty with Kajabi's Lead Page or Page Builder a little bit more before I decide to switch. Yeah. Lisa says I'm going to cut Elementor because it's causing issues for my Astra theme. Yeah. So again, Elementor worked for me for a period of time in my business, and then I just outgrew it. Right? It is what it is. I had to put on my boss pants and go find something else. Do you guys have any other questions about my Kajabi versus Teachable experience? Let's talk about pricing, because I feel like aside from the pain in the ass to move, which again, for me, it hasn't really been that bad. I can talk more about that. So I can talk more about the actual process I did to move. So I haven't moved all of my courses over yet. I'm moving them slowly over. But I can talk about what I actually did to move them over. There's no like plug and play button, right? It is manual, but it's not as bad as it sounds. I guess it would kind of depend on like the size of the course and stuff. Okay, let's talk about pricing. Okay, again, what prompted all of this was that Kajabi is having a sale where for 99 bucks you get 3 months of Kajabi. Paulette says, when you say that bad, how many courses and students does that look like? So I actually haven't moved over any students yet. And I've built out 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm working on my I'm working on my 5th course that I'm building out in Kajabi. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so what prompted all of this is Kajabi is having a super sale, 99 bucks, you get 3 months. That's 33 bucks a month to decide if this is a leap you want to take or not. Like I think that's pretty good. And I also think that you could move your stuff over, like practice within that 3 months, moving one course over or even a portion of course and decide if that's really what you want to do, right? Or if this is just like too much, it's too icky, or whatever, you don't have the time, whatever it is. Okay. So if you are paying annually, obviously you're going to get a discount. Otherwise, there's monthly plans. I have too many products for this one, so I'm over here in the growth one. So it's $199 a month monthly, and then $149 a month for the basic. I think for a lot of people, I don't know if it's. Do you guys have as many products as I do? I'm going to be paring down my products. I am. I have, in my opinion, too many. But so this one will allow you to have 3. So okay. So let's say you're going with the basic, $149 a month. Teachable. Let's just give Teachable the benefit of the doubt and say that it is going to be $39 a month and not this $119 per month, right? Again, the basic plan is pretty limited when you start scaling and you need like Zapier and stuff like that. But we'll just give Teachable the benefit of the doubt, $39 per month. So I'm doing a spreadsheet. So let's do tool, monthly costs, and then let's do Kajabi over here. So the tool's Teachable. We're going to put it in at $29 a month. That's like the beginner one, right? Oh, 39. Sorry. And I'm going to do the monthly because I feel like a lot of us, especially in the beginning, have to do the month to month instead of the lump sum of annual, right? Where we pay $29 times 12. I feel a lot of us have to do this, especially in the beginning. So 39. Okay. What's next? What else do we have to pay for? ConvertKit. Some sort of email service provider. So ConvertKit's free version is fine up to 1,000 subs, but they don't have automations. So you can't like send them a sequence or put them into a funnel or anything like that. So let's go with the $29 per month one for email service provider. We'll just say ConvertKit for shits and giggles. So $29 a month. Lead pages. So let's go with the standard, $37 per month, because honestly, like a lot of people don't need the pro, right? How much was it? Man, my memory's terrible. 37. Lead pages, 37. Hi, who's having fun? I love spreadsheets so much. This is so much fun for me. Yeah, exactly. Amy says I pay $200 a month for ConvertKit. That's right. The bigger your email list is, the more you are going to pay at your email service provider. That's how it works. Okay, let's take into, how about hosting, right? So let's say you're paying for monthly hosting. I don't know. It's all over the place. So personally, I have big scoots, so it's like $40 a month. But most people are paying like $5 to $10 a month, right, for hosting in the very beginning. You have like the shared hatchling plan over on HostGator or something. Let's just say $7. Zapier, maybe you might have to pay for Zapier. Looks like it's $29.99 a month. Okay, so let's go here first because these are like our basics, right? So you have to, in order to be a blogger selling courses, you have to have like a place that hosts your courses, an email list, a place to do sales pages. You can use Teachable, but again, their sales pages are ugly. Hosting. So that's $112 right there. Some $112. Kajabi's 147. And then you may or may not need to add on things like Thrivecart, which is $500 one time. It's not a monthly thingy. You may need Elementor Pro. I think it's like $99 now, right? Per year. Zapier, $30. Headline funnel, $50. Now all this crap adds up. Just saying, if cost is what is holding you back, you could actually potentially save a lot of money with, can you guys even see this? This is really tiny. You could save a lot of money with Kajabi. So if you just have like the basics, right? Let's say you have Teachable, like the lowest paid Teachable, the lowest tier ConvertKit, the lowest tier lead pages, and like the lowest price tier of hosting, you're probably somewhere at $112 ish per month, right? So 30-ish bucks more per month could get you over to Kajabi. And then you have it all in one spot. And then when you're up leveling and you need Zapier and you need deadlines and you need a shopping cart checkout that doesn't look like crap because you're running ice cold traffic to it, that's when the costs really start to add up, right? Yeah, Amy says, I'm like, everybody get off my damn list. Yeah. Well, yeah, when you're paying for each one. Yeah, you want to make sure the people on your list want to be on your list, right? So if cost is your thing, I would really encourage you, like if cost is really what's holding you back from moving from Teachable to Kajabi, and everything else in you is telling you to go to Kajabi, like, and it's not just peer pressure, right? Like, I would really consider, what are you going to be able to let go of that Kajabi provides for you? Because it's an all-in-one deal. And that's another thing. So can we just talk about connecting things for a minute? I know I talked about Zapier before and all that, but like on my opt-in landing pages and things like that, it's just super, super easy because it's all in one thing. It's super easy to add tags when somebody's enrolled in something, and then put them into one like email campaign because they did something over here, right? Whereas before, that would require like Teachable and ConvertKit and lead pages all talking to each other. And then even when you kind of have that process down to get them to talk to each other, you still have to set that stuff up, right? And in Kajabi, it's like a drop-down box. It's like 2 clicks and done. I don't know. I really appreciate that. Just really at this point, anything that can save me some time and hassle, like, I am there, girl. I'm there. Okay. Paulette wanted to talk about like actually moving. That's a good question, Lisa. Actually moving stuff from Teachable to Kajabi. And by stuff, I mean like courses. Lisa says, do you know anything about Kajabi and connecting email from Shopify? I don't. How's that Shopify store going, Lisa? And Kajabi. I don't know if they're like native integrators or not. Looks like it says how to sell physical products on Kajabi with Shopify buy buttons. Oh my. It looks like there is a way. I can't tell you how easy it is or about the email. Yeah, Amy says, I'm glad it's working for you. The simpler, the better. Heck yeah. I am, 100% at that point where it's like not worth it to to be on the struggle bus about this stuff anymore. Like I just need my tools to work. Okay. So Paulette, you tell me how you create your programs in Teachable, but what I used to do is upload all of my videos. And so any like any course, right, I would upload the video and then any worksheets I had underneath it. What I have started doing is I use Loom and I upload the video to Loom and then I embed the video in Kajabi. And the reason I decided to do that is because, like, let's say, and this doesn't apply to many courses, but like, let's say I have a course with the same video in multiple places, or let's say I I use like the same generic welcome video or something, or thank you video for something. I update it once in the Loom spot, and then wherever that embed code is, it's going to automatically update. I don't have to go back and do it over and over and over. Two, I found it a little bit faster to upload my stuff to Loom as opposed to uploading it to Teachable versus Teachable or Kajabi. So it's a little bit quicker for me. So instead of moving like physically, or not physically, but uploading my video to Kajabi, I've been uploading it to Loom and then embedding it in the lesson in Kajabi. And that has actually been going really fast for me. I did a really good job. I'm going to pat myself on the back because I've not always done this. I did a really good job organizing Sinfully Sexy headlines when I recreated it last time. So everything was in these beautifully organized folders. Each module was all laid out, all the materials I needed. I seriously just grabbed them and I like plopped them where they needed to go. It was, I don't know. So, you know, I have two versions of Sinfully Sexy headlines. I have the pro blogger and the junior blogger. I did them both in an afternoon. I have not moved over the students from Teachable to Kajabi yet. So stay tuned. I'll let you know. Paulette says I record in Zoom and upload. Yeah, actually, you know what's really awesome about that is Zoom does a really good job compressing your videos. Like I've noticed that the videos that come off of Zoom are much more lightweight than the other programs I've used. Yeah. So Paulette, I do pay for Loom. Again, that's something I pay for, but y'all, it's like $10 a month. And I use the crap out of Loom. It's kind of like Canva, in my opinion. Like I use it so heavily every single day. Like the $10 a month per month, they can have it. Like take it all day, every day. Yeah, Amy says you should ask Mike for stupid simple SEO. He just did it. And actually that's who, like, I thought about Mike and I thought about Faith Mariah. I was like, they have way more students than I have. Like Mike has thousands and thousands and thousands of students. If he can do it, like I can do it. Little homegirl over here with her tiny list. I can do it. Yeah, I know. Paulette says the compression is awesome. You will have till you have to edit. Movavi will bloat them to 10 times the size. Yeah, Movavi does. Yeah, if there's no like transitions or anything or any special effects or anything that helps in Movavi, but still, yeah, like blows up. Really? I'm sorry. Amy says, I love Loom, except that when I use the browser, sometimes my videos get cut off early. Really? I've not had that. You tried a different browser? I don't know. Yeah, I freaking love Loom. And I feel like the videos upload faster there. And I don't know, like I said, I was having like glitchy problems with Teachable. Like it would show me that my video was published and students couldn't see it. I was like, that's weird, Teachable. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if like the video was corrupt or what, but I haven't had any problems with this Loom thing I've been doing. I know there were a million other things I want to say. I just can't remember them. I just think it's really important to do what's right for your own business. Like I said, Teachable served me well for a really long time. until I had to scale. I just outgrew it. And coupled with that, so I didn't necessarily have to outgrow it, right? Teachable could have grown with me, but I didn't receive the customer support that I needed in order to take them with me on my journey. So I divorced them. Right? And Teachable, I know people with like giant businesses who use Teachable. Like, this is just my experience. I just want to throw that out there for you. I don't want to go creating like some panic or undue fear within the blogging community. I simply want to share my experience, because if you are thinking about getting in on Kajabi, this is the time. $99 for 3 months. That's crazy. I wish that I was paying that. Also, there's something really motivating when you're paying the big bucks for, comparative big bucks. Like, I'm sure there's bloggers that look at me and, are like, wow, $200 a month for Kajabi, like, that's no big deal, right? But compared to like the $119 per month I was spending over at Teachable, I'm like, oh, like, I really, like, I feel that bill. Like, I can see it, like, emotionally, I feel it. $200 mark. For me, it's really motivating. I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm going to earn that money back and tenfold, right? For me, it's very motivating. But if it's not motivating for you and Teachable works for you, stay with Teachable. You know what I mean? Like, I just really want to encourage you to stand in your boss power. Y'all got it. Y'all got the boss power. Does anybody have any other questions? I feel like the title of this video could have been blogging tools Kelly liked at one point and then had a bad experience with, and now will trash till the day she dies. Right? All of them. Samcart, Elementor, Teachable, blogging tools, graveyard. All right, friends. I love you a lot. I think this sale is going on for like 2 weeks over at Kajabi. Take your time making your decision if you need to. Stand in your power. You're the boss. Put your boss girl pants on. Listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. It's telling you the right way to go. Do I still blog on WordPress? Yes, I do. And you know why? Because I switched over to Big Scoots. I don't know. Again, that was another forced. HostGator was awesome for me. And I know everybody's got like a different opinion on HostGator. HostGator was awesome for me. I loved HostGator until it crashed like 3 times in 2 weeks. And similar, like, I can handle glitches, but when I come to you as a customer and I'm like, hey, I got a problem, and they're like, it's you, girl, not me, and I know it's not, then I'm bound to bounce, right? I'm like, okay, you're not interested in growing with me as a partner, I'm out. So it went down like 3 times in 1 week, and the first time they fessed up, it was them right away. I was like, okay, no big, stuff happens, right? Please fix it. The other 2 times they told me it was me until they were blue in the face, and then eventually they found a server that was a problem. So again, I switched to Big Scoots. I love Big Scoots. It's managed WordPress hosting. That is why I'm staying. Because you know what happens when something goes wrong on my site? I submit a ticket to Big Scoots, and like 45 minutes later, it's fixed. I don't have to do anything. They fix it for me. And after years and years and years of fixing it myself, I am just done. I'm done. Yeah, so I still blog on WordPress pretty much because of Big Scoots. If it wasn't for Big Scoots, then I would have moved my blog over to Kajabi. But my Big Scoots experience has been so amazing. I can't say enough good things about them. One, my site speed. Whew, man, it sped up when I switched. And you want to talk about a seamless, painless switch. Again, they did everything for me, and it was like done in like 30 minutes. It was great. They did everything for me. And again, when I have a problem, and sorry, I'm getting hoarse. Some of the problems that I've asked them for help on have been kind of unrelated, and they help me anyway. Kind of not really under their purview, and they help me anyway, and they just do things for me. And I'm like, yes, this is amazing. I don't have to worry about it. Right? It's just delegation is what it is. I love that. I love Big Scoots. Yeah, Penny says when I left HostGator, that's when we left HostGator. Site was down for 5 days, no explanation other than server issues. And one of their customer service people told us to leave. Oh, that's awful. I always had really, really good customer service experiences. I always had good tech support experiences with HostGator. And honestly, my site had not gone down. So it went down that one time. I had a, for me, run-of-the-mill experience with HostGator. I reached out to him. I was like, hey, can you help me with this? They located the server that was down. They apologized and they fixed it. Right? But then when it happened 2 more times in pretty short order and they were kind of sassy about it, I was like, what am I getting out of this marriage? Are you with me? Because I'm going to the moon. Oh, you're not with me? Okay, bye. Right? We are going to the moon, Penny. You, me, all of us badass bloggers to the moon. Oh, okay. The gal was awesome. She suggested we'd be better off elsewhere. So she was leveling with you. Run, girl, run. That's funny. Yeah, it is. It's funny. Yeah. Sometimes things work for you until they don't, and then you find something else to do. It's the name of the entrepreneurship game, isn't it? Especially online entrepreneurship, right? Everything changes so fast. It's like what works this year, tactics, tools, etc. It might not. It's not going to be forever, right? So it's all good in the hood. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me while I was spilling the tea. I hope you have a great Thursday. I cannot believe how fast this week went by. Have a great Thursday. I'll check in with you guys somehow tomorrow. You know what we're going to do tomorrow? I'm declaring it right now. We are going to name our mascot tomorrow. Our giraffe, llama, brachiosaurus, whatever it is. We are naming that baby tomorrow. All right. If y'all have any questions about anything, reach out to me in the group. If you have questions specifically about Kajabi versus Teachable, reach out to me in the group. I'm here to help you on your blogging journey. Bye.